Welcome to this channel. We're happy to have you. If this is your first time watching from this channel, please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the red button right now, because you may forget, so that whenever we place a video like this, you won't be able to miss out. Enjoy this video and do well to drop the comments on whatever you see in the video in the comment section below.
But let me put it this way. I'm happy you mentioned the likes of Gani Faramidele, Modu, and all the people who ran before. We run a race not against the other political parties. We run a race against Nigerians. That's the truth. The Nigerian people have this thing, they're caught up in this thing called Nigerian syndrome. They have this affinity for their captors, those who have enslaved them for so long. They find it difficult to break loose from these people. So you have to keep on pushing at it, knocking on that door, trying to quack them out of this bubble, this slave, this prison that they are in. But tell you what, we have never been in a situation like this where all the economic indices, where Nigeria has failed so spectacularly, where the people where the people just need to say to themselves, we can't continue like this. It's never been this bad. But again, you mentioned parties, smaller parties coming together, fringe parties coming together. When you mention fringe parties, you mentioned the likes of Labour and this and that. Tell you what, it's not about small parties. It's about those who've ruled us, Peter Obi, Atiku, and Asiwaju, and those who've never ruled before. That's the difference. When we try and lump some of them with us, it's more of the same. So will someone like SDP or Showore, will we consider working together? Absolutely. We speak. What can we do together? How can we ensure that the media does a better job? The media has done a spectacular job in this political dispensation. How can they help us better? That's what we are discussing. Are we going to align with those who've held political office, who we see like Labour, PDP, and APC? We see them as one block. We don't see them as part of.
So, for example, I'm looking at that map and the permutation there. Well, it's a poll that came together, put together by, conducted by We Together, and that's on one of the polls that I've conducted and that's been conducted in the past few days. If you look at it, the candidate of the Labour Party, 51%. 25% of Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, 19%. If the elections were conducted on the day as when that poll was conducted, these were the result that how Nigerians were going to vote. Now, Labour Party would have been considered in this kind of conversation without Peter Obi as a fringe party. So the question is, why are you not considering a Labour Party that would have come into the same definition or description as your party?
Okay, so let me start with the polls first of all. If you were to ask PDP or APC about these polls, they will tell you, give me 24 hours and I'll give you my own poll that shows that I am leading or that shows that they are leading. So these polls, people believe that these polls are just cooked and to serve the benefit of whoever is paying them. That's what most people believe. So we discountenance them.
So you think that this poll is sponsored by Labour Party and Peter?
I'm not saying, I'm just telling you what people believe, right? So, I have not looked at the polls. I've not conducted any polls. But if I were to conduct polls, I dare say that these polls will not give me the numbers I've seen on the screen. Again, back to the conversation. Why won't we come together with Peter Obi, Labour, and see him as part of the smaller parties? Simply because there's no difference between a Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar and Asiwaju. They are part of the old political order. There are people who've held office. They are more of the same, have got absolutely nothing to offer. So there's no reason why we should say we come together for the purpose of power. I'm not in this because I seek power desperately. Absolutely not. I'm in this because I believe my country desperately needs change. My country desperately needs salvation. So if we were to say we are looking for power for the sake of power, we'll consider any alignment just to get power, But that's not why we are in this
Why
race.
do you think Labour Party or Peter Obi is resonating with some Nigerians to the point that Labour Party says the rallies you see on the street are not sponsored or backed by Labour Party? They're just individuals who came together on their own supporting the Labour Party and Peter Obi.
Well, we've also seen people who said, like the rally we saw in Port Harcourt and also in Abuja, people who said, oh, they were paid 2,000 naira to be in those rallies. I believe that there are genuine Nigerians out there who are definitely supporting Labour and pushing for Peter Obi. So there's a Peter Obi movement. But let me remind you, 8 years ago, 7 to 8 years ago, there was a similar movement in Nigeria for President Buhari by the same Nigerians, by the same Nigerian youth, by the same people. They want change. When people want change, anything seems like change to them until it then dawns on them that they were probably scammed or they didn't think about it properly, right? So I don't see anything different with what's happening now and what happened then. But Nigerians want something, want a breath of fresh air. Anything that looks like a breath of fresh air is better than where they are right now.
So are we to expect a coalition from the, in quote, the fringe parties? Is it possible? Is it going to happen?
It is possible because, like I said, the likes of SDP, Showore, there are background conversations happening to see how we can cooperate to ensure that we are heard, that we are seen, that we are able to share resources. No conversation has been had about cooperating in terms of the polls, right? No conversation has been had in regards to that. Does it make sense? If you find those who have the same value systems you have, those who believe in the same ideals, does it make sense for you guys to cooperate? Absolutely. It happens all over the world. But until we get there, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross that bridge. But
I'll ask you some two quick questions.
Yeah.
Do you think there could be an upset in this election?
Absolutely.
To what extent do you think this upset will be?
So let me tell you what. As we approach the elections, like I said to you earlier on, Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It might happen any day. A lot of people feel it. There's fear. That's why people are leaving Nigeria in droves every blessed day. Something's about to give in Nigeria. When this happens, people will realize, how did we get here? People will say to themselves, never again. None of these people will never give anyone who's held office, who's been a governor 8 years, got nothing to show for it, who's held office and has got nothing to show for this. Never again. People will start realizing that, you know what, we are a nation of sinners looking for a saint. There's no saint. We have to realize that collectively we can change Nigeria. We should stop depending on looking for an individual who will change Nigeria for us. At that point, Nigerians will come together and rescue their country.